Greetings, stranger. What is it you need? No, you're correct. We've never met. My name is very old and very long. Perhaps it would be best if you simply called me Raven. Of course. Certainly. How can I help you? The Silver Lady? Oh, you mean my mother. That's quite a request, and one not so easily granted. And believe me when I tell you that no one sees my mother until I see it is necessary. She may be our queen, but I oversee the daily matters here in Kintara. You'll have your chance. Forgive me if I seem a little abrupt, but I've many things on my mind today, and there's much to be done. Once I've taken care of some of the more pressing matters, I'll talk with you about your needs. Your offer is greatly appreciated, my friend. We'd appreciate any help you might be willing to give. There is a group of humans camped about a day's journey from here. We know not what they want, but where humans go, trouble usually follows. The place they are camped at is called Falcon's Egg, and it is considered a holy place for the elves of Kintara. We would like you to find out why the humans are there and remove them. Splendid. Are you sure you understand what needs to be done? There are a few things that are very important that you know. It's not far from here. I'll mark your map with the location. Hello again. It's so very good to see you. Certainly. How can I help you? Thank you very much. Your help in the matter is much appreciated. Now, what was it you needed to speak to my mother about? A dark tale full of pain. And it would seem that the blame lies with us, the elves. I do not, and none of the elves who live here bear it. But it bothers me very much, pulls darkly at my heart and mind. There is another possibility, one I'd rather not think of. No. You need to speak with my mother of these things. She will know what to do. She's just beyond the large door behind me. But be warned, my mother is a magical being of great power. Her spirit swims in the flow, and sometimes she is more of that world than this one. What she sees is not always what we see, so her answers might seem strange to you. Ask what you wish to know, and listen. When you're through speaking with her, come and find me.
Hello. I welcome you, traveler. I know you've come far, and I've expected you for a long time now. I've seen you approaching from both east and west, traveler, and you bring them with you, all of them. They've no choice but to follow. I know. We speak different languages, you and I. The things I see, wrapped in the past and the present, and shrouded in the veils of magic. I cannot translate my visions into your own. You must listen, traveler. Listen and learn to see. What is it you seek, traveler? The living one? Oh, traveler, why would you think I would know of such a thing? It's an interesting thing about prophecies, traveler. They're no clearer to one such as myself, living both in and out of the stream, than they are to you, walking the shore. The flow swirls around them until they are ready. And in the end, really, is it going to matter who someone pointed a finger at? These people can only see what follows in your wake, traveler. Pass your hand through the flame and it flickers. If you've tired of the mantle, then shed it. Disappear. Otherwise, don't be surprised at what people do. Yes, I can see them. But the ravens are circling, and the storm rages but subsides. And yet there is lightning, and then shadow, and then the storm howls again, tearing. I can't even look at it. Wait. Oh, look. They've taken in a small child with machine dreams, and hands of hinged metal, and a heart in which coal burns brightly. I don't know of what you speak, traveler. Please, listen. Try to hear with my ears. I see a flame atop a hill, burning so brightly, and below a field of wheat around a pool of water, and the flame spitting fire and consuming the wheat and the lake, and losing itself as well. It's dark here, so dark, and the flame is here too, but this flame burns black onyx and cold, and shadow is its child. Are they here as well? I can't see that far. A plain of mirrored glass, a sky of white, a lone figure. Wait, which is the reflection? I'm unsure. That is all I see, Traveler. The riddle is created by you. Do you have anything else you'd like to ask? Mingorad, an old name, Traveler. Oh, a man is screaming and carves a key with his fingers, and the birds have plucked his eyes out. And the wolf watches, motionless, his paw in the air. A tear in the curtain, and only darkness beyond. A ragged wound, mended with a ring of blasted stone. A hand that sees, but is blinded. A man draped in truth, wearing a mask. And they hide. The lost children, they hide. A gray mist, even to me. But there, he runs, dropping veined and painted leaves. And the flock comes, talons outstretched, and wings of fire, and he is consumed. But the leaves... Run quickly, Traveler. Find what was left behind. In the place of smoke and water, he is there. He is there. I see no more. The stream is again calm. Was there anything else? I know that, Traveler. But I also know that clarity is often the child of time. Your answers lie both in front and behind. Make sure not to overlook one for the other. I go now, Traveler. We will meet again.
Hello again. It's so very good to see you. Certainly. How can I help you? And what did you ask her about? Mingorad, what did she see? What the Screaming Man and his key represent, I have no idea. But I do know that the official symbol for the city of Caledon is a wolf, with one paw raised in the air. I'm not so sure. Remember, my mother's visions are shackled by neither our eyes nor our time. The events she describes might be in either the future or the past. Let's look at all she said before we go any further. Black Mountain Clan. What did she see? As you told her, this must have been the man you know as Gilbert Bates. She saw him because he plays such a large role in their fate. Black Mountain Clan. What did she see? Ravens and a storm? And why did the storm subside and then rage once again? Nothing in my mother's visions is ever what it seems. We'll have to think on this. Black Mountain Clan. I'm not sure what that represents, but I know that fire in her visions often represents magic. And the water you say quenched it? Or did the flame burn itself out? Black Mountain Clan. What did she see? There are two separate visions. The flame again represents magic, but twisted somehow, burning darkly. And did you say that the Black Mountain Clan was near this flame? The mirrored plain, a white sky, a lone figure. The worlds on either side of that mirror are the same. Who could say which one is real? Odd. Mingorad, What did she see? What the Screaming Man and his key represent, I have no idea. But I do know that the official symbol for the city of Caledon is a wolf. I'm not so sure. Mingarad. What did she see? There's something about that entire vision which pulls at my memory, especially the ring. I'll think about it further. Mingarad. What did she see? I have no idea. Interesting. That's the ancient symbol of the Malokian hand. Do you know of it? The Malokian hand were assassins for what used to be known as the Darien Ka, the ancient order of the dead. The Darien Ka were a shadowy group who formed during the Age of Legends. Their membership and their agenda were always very secret. I know little about them beyond the most cursory knowledge, but there have always been rumors about who they were and what they were doing. As I said, the Malokian Hand were their assassins. From what I remember of what was written about them, the Hand was ejected from the Order of the Dead on grounds of doctrinal differences. There was a small struggle, and then the Hand disappeared. There are always rumors of its reemergence, but from what I know, that's all they are. Rumors. I agree, but I don't know why they would be involved in this business. Very interesting. I don't really know, although it would seem that perhaps they are being misled. Blindness in my mother's visions is sometimes associated with deception. As far as the man in the mask was draped in truth, I have no idea. Mingarad. What did she see? This one is the most interesting of all, and it seems that my fears may have well been correct. Do you remember when I told you that the name of Mingarad bothered me in some way? Well, I believe that may have been so because Mingarad is a dark name. A dark elf name. Do you know of the dark elves? It's a long story, but sometime during the Age of Legends, many years even before my mother was born, there were a group of elves who separated themselves. There were philosophical differences, and they were no longer welcome in our forests. Those elves became what we know as the Dark Elves. They believe that this world and all of its races are subject to elven rule. They believe that elves are superior because of our close connection to nature, our power in the ways of magic, and the longevity of our physical form. They see the other races as bumbling children who need our guidance, regardless of its severity. The elves of Kintara, in fact all other elves, believe that everything and everyone has a rightful place in the experience which forms this reality. Elves feel that very little, if anything, ever happens that isn't part of the natural progression of that state. They feel no superiority because of their advantages. That is just the role they have been picked to play. Unfortunately not. The Dark Elves are seen in the same light as everyone else. They have the role, and they are playing it. I believe, well, let us say that I don't always see eye to eye with those in Kintara concerning the rightful place of the Dark Elves. My role here is as protector. I will do so regardless of the cost. The elves of Kintara, in fact all other elves, believe that everything and everyone has a rightful place in the experience which forms this reality. Elves feel that very little, if anything, ever happens that isn't part of the natural progression of that state. They feel no superiority because of their advantages. That is just the role they have been picked to play. Unfortunately not. The Dark Elves are seen in the same light as everyone else. My mother's vision of the lost children was referring, I believe, to the Dark Elves. They were hidden from her because they are hidden from all of us. Through magic and isolation, we've not seen where they live for almost 500 years. There was a man many years ago who had come to the Glimmering Forest to study the elves, and I remember that he was very interested in the Dark Elves especially. There were rumors about his capture by them and an escape. As I said, he was a researcher, A strange little man, a bit overdressed, but kind-hearted and very intelligent. I was young then, a mere 160 years old. He was the first human I'd ever seen. His name? It was a long time ago, but I remember because he said it so often. I think humans just like hearing the sound of their own names. Terwilliger. Dr. Renford A. Terwilliger. I can hear him saying it even now. I don't know. It almost seemed in the vision that the flock who consumed him were more interested in the leaves. And my mother even said to find what was left behind, these leaves might very well be what we're looking for. She could mean almost anywhere. But if I were to make a guess, I'd say she was talking about the human city of Tarant. It lies in the Gulf of Morbihan, and its, what do you call them? Factories are always belching smoke into the skies. That, and I know that Terwilliger was from there. You have a place to begin your search, my friend. It would seem that if you need to find this Mingarad, you're going to need to find the village of the Dark Elves. The only person who might know where they are is Renford A. Terwilliger. He may or may not be in Tarant, but it's a good place to start looking. You impress me, my friend. Few are those like you who would take this burden upon themselves. You've earned my respect. Return to me when you found the Dark Elves, and tell me what you uncover. We will have much to discuss.